Yo, what's up? What's up? What's going on with y'all out there? I just wanted to drop off this quick review, little EP from Ransom. If you don't know who that is, he had a beef back in the day with Joe Budden. He used to be on the A Team. He used to run with Fab, DJ Clue, RP Stack Bundles, and he's just a lyricist or a rapper, whatever you want to call him. But definitely what got me into Ransom was the Joe Budden situation because they both from Jersey. They both claim to be critically acclaimed MCs at the end of the day. And I kind of never really was on Ransom music like that. I remember all the when, like I said, Fab, Joe, Stack Bundles, Ransom, Hitchcock used to always be on freestyles and shit like that. I never really paid attention to Ransom. It was an incident where Ransom ended up going to Joe Budden. I think it was his stepbrother house or something, slapping the shit out of him. I mean, you can go on with DJ Vlad and check that video out. But in the diss records back and forth. And so when Joe made the diss record towards Ransom, using a Hove beat or whatever the case may be, I listened to Ransom and I was like, oh shit. Like these diss records, like they wasn't up to par with Joe. Joe was just crazy, when Joe battling, but his lyricism was there, and so it made me pay attention to his tapes. Uh, I definitely enjoyed. I think it's called "Pain Is Glory." Hold on. Let me go check that out real quick. You know what I mean? I don't want to fuck that up. But yeah, Ransom is just he was dope, and I was like, oh shit. So Joe ain't the only nigga that actually raps about his life basically, and over them dark dramatic type beats. Ransom is dope as hell on them shits. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really got me into his music because of Joe Budden. You know what I mean? So I kind of thank Joe for that. So let me see. Yeah, it's called Pain and Glory, and Pain and Glory 2. That one was crazy. Then The Last Don. Winter's Coming is my favorite project from him. His recent work he got out right now, which we talking about the director's cut, but he also dropped something off, I think last year, 1%. The alternate, the album that I fuck with from him, and it got a Nicki Minaj diss on it. Let me go there. I'm just going off the top of my head while looking at both my phones or whatever the case may be. Um, Damn, I can't think of that fucking that album. So let me go find it real quick. Give me a second, cause that nigga was going insane. You know what I mean? Cause it was, I guess, Nicki Minaj said something. It's History of Violence is the album. Y'all definitely should check that out. And it's track 4. It's called Hate Crimes. And so when I was listening to the album and it got to that record, I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he took a shot at Nicki because in an interview or some shit, I guess that it was thought that he was writing for Nicki back in the day when Nicki was fucking with Gucci Man in Atlanta and shit like that. And so I guess she did some type of interview dissing him or whatever the case may be, and he was on Vlad, basically rebuttaling what she was saying. So when his album came out and I heard that, it's basically a shot at her and her brother, the situation. The shit was cold, bro. I was like, God damn, because it totally threw me off, and I was like shocked to hear it. I was like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. But that album is dope. He also got the Greatest Rapper Live album, that's fire too. But this EP right here, man, is I didn't know what was going on Twitter one day, and you know what I mean, I didn't notice I wasn't following him, but it was somebody else that was following Ransom, a fan, and they retweeted something he put out, and I was like, oh, he got a project dropping, because I'm like, damn, where the fuck is Ransom at? He ain't really dropped nothing like that. And so he said he had a project coming out. It's an EP called Director's Cut. So I instantly waited for it, checked it out. It's only 4 songs, but it's so much information and so much lyricism in there, and I do believe he's working on a part 2 right now, so I think that's gonna be dope. But I'm wondering, is he gonna do like 3 EPs? You know how somebody will do an album where it's like, let's say 15 songs, but they'll break it up into EPs, and then by the third project they just put everything together in this one whole album. That's what I'm wondering, is this leading up to, I know he got a part 2 coming, but is it leading up to an album? Because I definitely feel like if he drops an album, it's gonna be kind of crazy. I mean, he's underrated in my opinion. Underground, he don't really get the props that he deserves, but he definitely wigged out on this joint. You got The Master, you got Pulp Fiction, Based on a True Story, and Memento. And the album cover is pretty lit, as you see. It's the old 1984 Nightmare on Elm Street kind of picture, reimagination of it or whatever the case may be, a reimagining of it, you know what I mean? But my favorite two joints on here is track 3 and track 4, based on a true story. In Memento, it's the production, the storytelling he doing on based on a true story is just crazy. The master opens up the album, and his lyricism is there and flows and storytelling, but I wasn't really feeling the beat. Pulp Fiction, if you know what that is, the movie or whatever the case may be, that was cool. But I wish he'd do an interview so that we can understand like the basic understanding of the project, to where it's called the director's cut, and some of these song titles are movies. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering, is that leading to something, or he just did it like that because of the producer or whatever the case may be. But I definitely fuck with this body of work a lot. You know what I mean? Based on a true story, I think I ran that back probably 100 times by now. It's just smoking weed and listening to that production, listening to the lyricism, listening to the story that he telling. It's a cold bar in there where he basically saying that a female, like he was telling a story to her about how he was, he did a shooting or whatever months prior, but now he's on the run and the cops are looking for him, and the woman was feeling suicidal, and she basically wanted, for what I'm understanding, it seemed like she wanted him to kill her. And because she ended up saying, well, Rand, you're not that same killer you just described, you know what I'm saying? But she committed suicide by herself. But I guess she wanted the assistance of him, you know what I'm saying? But he said he lied to her and said his gun jammed or whatever the case may be. It's a very telling story, you know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, I was listening to her like, is he saying that she wanted him to kill her or whatever the case may be? Because she was a mother of two, you know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, that's kind of deep. And then when it comes to Memento, Jesus Christ, I can't really describe that record. It's just, let me see if I could play it real quick. It's just that beat, that sample. It's just crazy. Let me skip through it. This man's enormous and never been a stranger to shining like Danny Torrance. Performance, a fresh thesis. This from a nigga that's been tatted with the ink from the chest. See what I'm saying? I don't want it to get flagged or whatever the case may be. You know how YouTube be. But yeah, man, it's just dope. You know what I mean? And then based on a true story, just how it comes off. It's crazy. You know what I mean? You hear that shit? That sample? And he takes like a minute to let the record pick up. It's like 15 seconds already. He still ain't really said nothing. And then that's what totally shocked me. Imagine these streets without savagery. Can never be beef without tragedies. Can never be sleep without agony. I close my eyes and see catastrophes. Violently splashed words on this canvas. That's nothing short of a masterpiece. Damn. See, I just want to stop right there. You know what I mean? I don't want to get flagged. But basically, he talking about a situation where his man just got out of jail, and he basically was sitting there talking to him. A nigga on their block pulled his tech out, shot him, and as his friend lay on the ground bleeding, he squeezes his hand. The way he described that, it's like the way he paints a picture is just phenomenal. Because I was like, God damn, when I heard that, I said, shit. I wasn't expecting that. And that's the thing with Rand, he's so descriptive when he, like, you literally could see the bar when he says it. You know what I mean? You see that picture clearly. But definitely check this EP out, man. Hopefully part 2 drops sometime this month, I'm hoping. You know what I mean? But other than that, I just wanted to drop this quick review off to y'all. Hope y'all out there having a good time, enjoying being in the crib. Stay out the way, don't get sick. And yeah, man, thanks for watching. 1.